Right, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day. Good morning from a Dixie. And good morning from an Alba. Look at the little mouth open. Cute.
That's the cutest thing in the world. Did you show the people?
No!
Do you want me to use that one?
Yeah! I wanted to cheer Sophie up. I'm trying to find ways to do things in the house to make it, like, give us a little smile.
First of all, because the light was off, I was like, what's going on? I was just like, how did that fall onto there? You look so happy. Look at that. Oh, it's hilarious. It cheered me up, babe. Yeah.
Good evening, guys. So, unfortunately, the plan of doing Gizmo's new home on Monday, having a rest on Tuesday, and then doing it again today, epically failed. I've really not been sleeping all that well at night. My lungs haven't been too brilliant. I've still got, I think it's just over a week left of antibugs left for the chest infection that I had. So there's that thing that was, I'm just coughing a lot, keep having fevers, and I've got the intense back pain in my lower back following the accident last year. My hips are in absolute agony. I'm taking a lot of Ormov to try and like break through the pain, but it's only just breaking through. It's not getting rid of it altogether. But I've now got pain in my upper back because of coughing so much and because of the infection going on in my lungs. So I kind of just took today as a bit of a chill day. But hang on a minute, let me get Rodney for Dixie. Our nighttime routine. Bless her. Whilst I was asleep this afternoon, my mum rang. Her Mother's Day present arrived. I got a little ribbon. I put in a picture in here. We are firm believers that when there's a robin around, it's a loved one. And my granddad, my mum's dad, died when I think I was 5. Probably, if I was 5 or my sister was 5, I was really young. So obviously that was like 24 years ago. So my mum was quite young as well, and every time she sees a robin, she just thinks of my granddad. And this was a little robin. I say little, it's the size of the painting is the size of a robin in real life. So I sent her that for Mother's Day. Obviously it was a bit delayed because of COVID-19, and she just wanted to let me know, like, it arrived. Well, first of all, she wanted to know if it was me that sent it, because there was no gift option to write a little note. So obviously, Sophie answered the phone, because she always answers my phone if I can't get to it. So yeah, she let her know that it was us, and Mum really loves it, etc. But Mum said she needed to get Sophie to tell me to ring her back, and it was about my nan, and that things aren't good. And it's coming up to nearly a year since my nan had that massive heart attack. And I've mentioned it a couple of times on the vlog that we are uncertain as to whether or not she might have a tumour in her bowel, but she's got a hole in her bowel going through to her cervix. She's passing blood, both like vaginally and through her bum. She's not managed to have a proper poo in weeks. They put her on like fibrogel, but it's not passing it. She's got like lots of polyps and things in her bowel, and like the poo's basically getting stuck. But the doctors and the gastro team, they're not doing anything about it. Gastro said they won't do surgery until she gets her heart sorted. The cardiologist has turned and said they won't touch her heart until her bowel's sorted. So we're in a real vicious circle. She spoke to the cardiologist today, I think it was, or late yesterday, and her heart function has gone up 5%. It was at 25%, it's now at 30%, so that is good. But when you have a heart attack like my nan did, you get put on a medication for a year following the heart attack. So obviously that's coming up, and that medication is going to be stopping. So we don't know if her heart function is going to drastically drop when this medication stops. But not only that, she was due to have a defibrillator fitted. It goes inside your chest, like literally attached to your heart, and if it goes into a funny rhythm or it's not beating enough or just anything but the normal, it will do a shock. And they turned and said they were going to do that months ago, and it's just not happened. We still don't know if it's going to happen. Probably isn't, which is not good for her heart. But the problem is, obviously, we are really worried that gastro's just not doing anything about her bowel, which means they're also not investigating to find out what has caused the hole in her bowel. And this is where they think it might be a tumour because there was shadowing on x-ray, but it might not. But nobody's doing anything about it. And with the fact that nobody's doing anything about the fact that she's not pooed properly in weeks, she's just passing like liquid stools, which for those that don't know, when you're mega constipated, the normal poo doesn't come out, liquid does. Whatever can get past the blockage comes out, and that is what is happening with my nan. And we are terrified that her bowel is suddenly gonna try and move this blockage of poo out of the way, but it being stuck on that hole. So if that bit of poo starts moving, it's either gonna push through to her cervix or it's gonna tear her bowel open. Literally, like, all the way right until the poo's out, basically. And if that will happen, she will bleed out. And she's in agony. And, like, literally, she turned and said that if she had known this was going to be her life after the heart attack, she wished she never came out of it. And that breaks my heart, because she's my only nan, and she shouldn't be feeling like this. She shouldn't be in this pain. She shouldn't be fighting with her cardiologist and their gastro team to get something done. She shouldn't be fighting to have this pain under control. She's like in her 70s. Like, if they get this sorted, she could live for another 30 years. People live up until they're 100. She could quite easily do that. But with how they're going, we don't even think she's going to make it at the end of the year. And it terrifies me. Every time my mum rings, I think she's ringing because something's happened to my nan. And I don't want anything to happen to her anytime soon. I don't want anything to happen to her at all. And there's nothing that we can do. My biggest fear is that she's never going to meet her grandchildren from Sophie and I. My biggest fear is that she'll be gone by the time I'm like 30, which is next year. And I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And she lives all the way up in Manchester, so we can't go see her. And with this lockdown, we're terrified that if something happens, we can't get to her. My uncle lives 2 doors down, but that doesn't allow us to go and see her. And obviously with all this going on with COVID-19, we're terrified that she's going to get that. Because she's got Sjogren's disease, which is an autoimmune disorder. And it makes her vulnerable like I am. So we're all on this sodden lockdown. There's people not listening and spreading the disease, and they're not thinking about all of us that are vulnerable and what it can do to us if we catch it. And I'm just so scared. So please, if you're the type of person to pray, please pray that somebody starts doing something for my nan. Nobody should have to live like this. You wouldn't let an animal live like this, so why are we letting humans live like this? Just pray for us and send positive vibes, and just pray that we can get this all sorted. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm going to write my nan a letter just so she's got something nice to open, and just get stick her head into a letter and not have to listen to the news, and just have a little bit of escapism. And yeah, I was going to do it today, but I was just in so much pain, so I'll do it tomorrow, and hopefully she'll get it by the end of the week. So I'm going to get on with my nebs. So thanks for coming on this day with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.